Rosann, we've known each other for 3 decades.
Yes, a long time.
And you have been a professional counselor.
As you have been a professional counselor, how many people have we known in Hong Kong?
Yes, quite a lot.
So many different people.
And so many changes.
And that's why we want to think about women now and women then, and how women have changed over these years.
That must be very interesting.
Yes.
And it covered different generations.
Always.
Well, if they're interested in what we are talking about, how are they going to find us?
You're going to find us Tuesday night, 9 o'clock, PsychoAlchemy. We are women now and then.
See you there. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Without knowing, it's already the 12th episode, Rosann.
Already.
And in the past, we have talked so much about our body, what's going on with our relationship. And last week, we talked about is how to clean up our mess
Yes,
internally,
yeah.
emotionally. And we also talk about, sometimes women need a lot of friends to talk about our issues. So we cover a lot of time when women are at home in relationship. I think in this episode 12, we should talk about women and work.
Which is a common thing.
Yes.
Most women, and it's not only work, it's work outside the home.
Yes.
Big distinction there.
Yeah, right.
And women earning money, not only the respect or the glory or the happiness.
Yeah.
So how did we get that way, Dorothy?
well-
how did Hong Kong get that way?
Well, actually, I think in our second or third episode, we
Yeah.
did talk about how women secretly save up money,
Oh,
right?
yes.
Remember that part,
Yes,
right?
yes,
So
yes,
at that time, a lot of women still have to stay at home, and the only way they have money is their husband gives them money for the market, and they save up $5 here, $10 there, right?
Tuck it into a pocket.
Tuck it in a little pocket. But the thing is, as the economy, I think in the 60s and early 70s, in Hong Kong especially, the economy was picking up, and there were quite a lot of little factories. They do what we call it light industries.
Yes.
Toys,
Wigs.
garments,
The embroidery.
embroidery part.
People used to sometimes take the collar
Yes.
of a garment home or embroider the pocket.
Yes.
And then someone would come to collect 400 pockets.
Yeah.
And then that goes to someplace else. So light industry and home industry.
Home industry comes
Yes.
together. And I remember at that time we also help as children. If there's something like that sent to our home,
Yes.
actually we all put it on the table, and everyone will contribute. We'll do a little bit. Yeah.
Yes.
So the kids might do the easiest things like just putting staples, but the elder, the more mature women will do all the details. So I
Yes.
think it's so interesting. That's how women make money, and still home a little bit. Sometimes if they are really good, they will go out to the factory and really have a sewing machine and start
Yes.
working. Actually, at that time, I think in the 70s and even in the early 80s, a lot of money were made by the women because
Yes.
they have their special
And they grouped
craft.
together.
Yeah.
And the kids helped, like making a purse. The kids could sort out the zippers.
Yes.
By color, by size.
Yes.
And so you might have 6 or 7 people working together.
yeah.
All women
All
and
women.
kids.
Yeah.
Some teenagers.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that was the time when we learned a lot of division of labor.
Yes.
And the neighbors actually are very close.
Yeah.
If something happened to this woman, she cannot finish it
That for
within a
that day?
period of time.
Yes.
Yeah, she can just knock on the other door and say, "Hey, Mrs. Lee, are you free?
Yeah.
Can you help me with this? I have this extra bag. I cannot finish." So you can see all this neighborhood thing.
Right. And then things started to change.
Yeah. When more and more women find out if they go to the factory, they make more money, so they leave home. They left their kids. At that time, it's okay to leave your children at home, right?
Yes.
So then the women all go to the factories to work. I think that is like the 80s.
Yes.
Yeah. And by doing that, actually the money comes that came with the job, and make the family much well off.
Yes.
Right? And also make Hong Kong one of the 4 little dragon in Asia.
Yes.
Right? Singapore.
Because we were producing a lot.
Yeah, Singapore, South Korea, Hong Kong, and Taiwan. The 4 little dragons. But as the production is moved to China, to the rest of Asia, actually these women who are so comfortable with going out to work, and actually they can start doing some very simple office work, right? Maybe doing a little typing, or maybe doing a little bit of tidy up the place.
Yes.
And if you are more educated, you become secretaries.
Right.
Right, and you can see the women are, if they're in the service industry, in sales, in customer service, wow, women can finally
Moving up.
Yeah, moving up.
Yeah.
And I think this episode, I really want to talk about, I can see a big change in the
yes.
job market. And a lot of time, as I have another role, I'm also a corporate trainer. Sometimes I find out a lot of companies are very comfortable with hiring just women saleswomen, right? So in the past, it's like salesmen, right? Salesmen. But now they would just tell me specifically, I only have saleswomen. It seems
And
the
why
sales.
do they say that, Dorothy?
Well, I think depend on the product, obviously, right? So if it's more a consumer product, a garment, a cosmetic, or beautician kind of product, women are the number one
Of
candidate,
course.
right? And also because it seems to me that the corporate people will think women are so natural in communication, in customer service,
Yes.
in details. So they don't need to train them that much. So that's why they hire female in sales business,
Right.
and also in customer service,
And insurance business.
insurance
Insurance
business.
business.
Yeah, a lot of women.
Women,
a lot of women. So
Wow, but
one
that changed Hong Kong.
Oh, definitely. So you can imagine if the women have to work long hour, how it affect the family,
Oh,
how it
yes.
affect the spouse, and the
Yes.
children, and the in-laws.
Yes.
And that's why the importance of the domestic helpers. Everything just fall into one place. Yeah.
And also family planning came in with birth
Yeah.
control pills
Yeah.
in the 70s.
Yes.
So we had the economy going up.
Yeah.
We had women going out to work.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have this, she really has a choice. She does not have to have more than 2 children. Remember, it was 2 is enough.
2 is enough.
In
yeah.
the 70s,
Family
2
planning.
is, 2 is enough.
Yeah.
So this happened. It changed. It changed how families operate.
Mm-hmm.
It changed how women felt about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Almost every woman I know would rather work and get paid rather than work and not get paid.
And not get paid. Yeah.
Yes.
Domestic work is work very hard, but with so little satisfaction
Yeah,
sometimes,
but
right?
it's called the second shift. She
yeah.
finishes one job, she goes home to another.
Do another job.
Even if she has a household helper,
Yes.
the other job is maybe the children,
Mm-hmm.
or they grow up, then the teenagers, more of a headache than preschoolers.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, teenagers, they all have issues.
Yeah.
If not that, she's probably taking care of her mother or her auntie or her uncle on his father's
Side,
cousin.
yeah.
And so she finishes her job, but she's not finished with work for the day.
Not yet. And also have to coordinate the work of the maid. It's
Yes.
actually coordination is a lot of work,
Yes.
what to eat, where to go, where to pick up the kids, which after school activities the maid has to attend. All these are arranged by the mother.
Absolutely.
So it's like a double work, a work at work place and work at home place. So it's so demanding.
And in the workplace, there are 4 or 5 or 8 and 9 of us together. We know when the woman's on the phone and she looks very strained, that means something's wrong with the kids, something's wrong with the piano lesson, something's wrong with this one, something wrong with that one. Leave her alone, let her finish that
Yeah.
so she can go back to work. We're quite tolerant of the idea. 3 o'clock, 3:30, did those kids get home from school? Everyone's on the phone briefly.
Yes.
Are they okay? And then we move on.
Go back to your work.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes.
And also in the workplace, I would see if your boss is also a woman and you're a woman working there, may be good because she knows what you have to go through every day, right? But if you so happen your boss is a man, he never need to know what's going on with the kid. He will never understand why you are so much bothered by your kids'
You have
education.
somebody helping at home.
Exactly.
Why are you worried?
So
Wow.
and I would see women are always in this how would we say trajectory.
Yes.
Yeah.
Trajectory.
Whether she decided to move on to her career or to just be happy, satisfied with a middle management role, and then just forget about her advancement. And this is really a big struggle. And you can see a lot of women are very talented. I'm quite lucky. A lot of senior management I met up with are women CEO, women directors, and actually they are very bright. Sometimes when I talk to them, actually they are more observing, more determined than a lot of male I talk to. Maybe it's much harder for a woman to climb up the ladder than the men in the traditional business world. So once they reach to that level, actually they need to have two strengths. They need to have this feminine style, understanding, empathy, very, very effective communication skill. But at the same time, she also need to have this male decision-making, decisiveness, authoritative and commanding position. So it's like she need to balance the two things.
Yes. As I talk to women supervisors of other women, a critical issue in women's lives is the age of her youngest child. Now, if she's got more than one child, she's got one child or more than one child, until that child is in all-day school, that woman is not ready to think about training, promotion, moving ahead. Then the next critical stage is the social relationships of her child in school and with teenagers.
Yes.
Because if that's not good, then the mother is thinking, I have to arrange I have to arrange homework. I have to find another tutor. I got to find better sports. I got to do this. So there's a little bit of the brain is chugging along, helping with that. Does she ask the father to help with the social relationships of the kids? Never.
Yeah. I don't know why we're so stupid. The man should also get involved. I have one case a year ago. Actually, this young boy, when he came to see me, I think he was about 16. So a little bit behind in his schoolwork, very little incentive to go to school. So everything was like behind. So the mom really worried. So obviously, it was the mother who took the son to see me. And after I talked to the son, I realized the big problem is the father has always been the missing father. His work is actually in Macau. Whether he likes it or not, all 5 days of the week, he's in Macau. He can only come back on maybe sometimes Saturday morning, and so he has Saturday and Sunday. So you can imagine every day all the daily schoolwork. There's no way the father can help. It's okay when the boy was 12 and below. But once the boy reached 14,
and they have school exams, and they have special projects and assignments, and they have to travel, and the mother is juggling another schedule.
Very difficult. So you can see the mother is already having a hard time because her spouse is not around, and the kids after 14, 15, 16, the problem was so big she cannot handle. So when she talked to me, I said, look, even though you can come to me, I can give you some advice, but 99% of the time you have to handle it alone. You better talk to your husband, see if there's anything he can do. Otherwise, this is critical year. It's the IB program, and whether he will go to the States, go to Australia, go to Canada, go to UK, it's going to affect his life.
It's sitting on her heart.
Exactly. So after I talked to her, so she's very determined. Okay, I'll get my husband to come back to Hong Kong. Actually, I was surprised. Her husband decided to take a year off. Right?
Wow, because that is wonderful.
He is in a pretty high position. And I think he had worked very hard in Macau for the last maybe 7-8 years, already established a lot of things. And though he just talked to the owner of the business, said, look, if you still think I'm good, I can still come back to work. But I need to devote myself at least 1 year.
I had a woman from a Hong Kong bank who took off the year that her son was 12. She was afraid she was losing him altogether. So those are the rare cases. But one of the things I find in working with women in longer-term career counseling is I say, okay, so you have this 12-year-old. It's going to be difficult for the next 3 years.
At least.
But let's look beyond. In 3 or 4 years, that child of yours, girl or boy, will be finished with secondary school. And it will be a heartache, but they're going to find a job or they're going to go away somewhere. And she goes, oh. But wait a minute. Now, wait a minute, Gloria, what do you want to do? And she said, well, it doesn't matter because I have this family. And I said, stop. You're going to be working for the rest of your life. I said, look, you got kids you want to go to school. You got those elderly parents you got to take. You're going to be working. So do you want this job, or do you want the next job, or do you want to get promoted, or do you want to go back to school? She said, I can't think of that. You must. Yeah. So let's take it one step at a time. And Gloria, it begins with, what do you want to do? How much energy you want to put in your job? How much are you the person who feels creative? She said, no, not really. I just want to make money. Okay, then what about administration? Are you pretty good at that? Yeah, I like that. What about languages? Well, right now, and then she says, I'm learning French. I said, so you took some time in addition to your job. She said, now on the cell phone, you can learn 5 minutes a day. So that relaxes me. I said, wow, we have discovered some talent here.
Yes.
You have your job. You think you might like to do administrative work. You are learning French. Let's give you some credit for what you're doing career-wise.
Yes.
And she said, but I always have to fit it in. Yes, fit it in, but maybe a little bit of priority for your hope.
Yes.
For your dream, because that kid's going to grow up. That kid will grow up.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Career counseling with women is so challenging. And so easy with a man. So easy, because my wife's taking care of all of that.
Yes.
My sister's taking care of it. I hired a housekeeper. It's not in the brain of the male being to say, well, I care about what's happening with the children, with the household helper, with my mother. Somebody else has assigned that task. Whereas with women, I never find they assign the caring to somebody else.
Exactly. That's the maybe the reason why women are so drained every day. It's not just whether the thing has been done. She also check on the things has been done and how's everyone feeling, right? and for men it's so easy. Oh well, did you help the son with the homework? Yeah, I did. He did his homework, but he is so unhappy. But the man well, it's done. What is done is done. Wow. So let him play with the computer for 15 minutes, then he'll be okay. But then the wife will say something like, why is he playing with the computer? Oh, well, he's unhappy, right? That's the best thing. It's all task, right? If something happened, give him another task. But for women, we are thinking, no, it's not like that. And every time you handle the homework with the boy, and he always end up very upset. Did you ever talk to yourself? No. You just want me to handle today's homework. I've done it, so I can go back to my computer. So leave me alone.
Well, there we've started.
Yeah.
We did a little bit of the history of the work in the home.
Yeah.
And now we have this world where 7 levels of development at the same time. Some working at home, some working at jobs they don't like, some working for money. Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about are how women can actually prepare for careers.
Yes.
Next section.
Okay.